All right, what's up, guys? Welcome into our show. It's running behind. Shocker. Big pick energy. We do this every single week, usually a little bit ahead of 20 minutes for kickoff. But nonetheless, it is day one, week one of college football season for most people in the country. I know that we had Hawaii and Vanderbilt last week. And I'm going to give you every single number you need to know and your best bets to make for SEC football games today. So let's get into it. We'll wait for a couple of comments here, and we'll get to those afterwards. But so right off the bat, just going through the slate, Bama, Utah State. Here's what you need to know: Bama is only 7-13-1 versus non-power five teams under Saban since 2012. He's actually 10-17-1 against the spread at home versus non-SEC teams as well. So there's that. And Utah State was 10-4 against the spread last year, and 9-2 as an underdog. I say all that because most importantly, I know it happened against UConn last week, but most importantly, Bama has Texas next week. I don't expect them to do much today. What's up, James Spivey? Okay, Arkansas versus Cincinnati, a really big game. Most SEC fans seem to just want to hammer Arkansas. I'm kind of in that boat too. Arkansas is a 6-point favorite. Here's the deal: Sam Pittman is 16-6 against the spread, as I asked him at media days. It's the best record in Power Five. He's also 5-0 against the spread in September. He's the only head coach to go undefeated in that window of time since 2005. He's the best record in September games against the spread of any head coach in college football since 2005. So there is that. The under has hit in 6 of the last 8 for Cincy and 4 of the last 6 for Arkansas. I'm taking Arkansas big. Arkansas, I think, will win this very, very easily. Okay, Ole Miss versus Troy. We'll be very, very brief with this. Ole Miss, first half, -13. Best bet you could make. Troy finished last year at 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games. Also, if you remember early last year, the numbers that offense was putting up under Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss was 4-0 straight up and 4-0 against the spread in September games a year ago and non-SEC games in the regular season under Kiffin. Let's see what next. We have some big games coming up, obviously, with the Florida, Utah. We'll get that towards the end, and Georgia, Oregon as well. Kentucky versus Miami of Ohio. Yikes. Kentucky's a 15-point favorite. I was going to stay away from this until I read this fun fact. What's up, Carson? Miami of Ohio is 2-13 in their last 15 games against the spread. Also, Kentucky is 6-1 against the spread versus non-SEC teams at home. Mark Stoops always seems to have the chip on his shoulder. Will Levis always seems to be eating the chips off his shoulder. I think both those guys eat today, and I think Kentucky wins big. So there's that. Mississippi State and Memphis. I'm probably going to stay away from this one because the line has jumped from 6 to 16.5. But Memphis is 0-8-1 in road games against the spread under their current head coach. That's very fair, James Spivey. Okay, let's get into the best bets I'm going to be making. Here's the first one I'll give you for the day. South Carolina -7 in the first half versus Georgia State. Now, I keep in mind I said first half. South Carolina's a 12.5-point favorite overall versus Georgia State today. I think a lot of people think that that's probably an easy bet. Georgia State has the best record against the spread of any team in college football over the last 3 seasons. They've covered in 8 of their last 9 games away from home. And let's see here. They're 8-1 with the spread in their last 9, and I think they've won 6 in a row away from home. South Carolina has done a lot of things in the offseason. I think that 12.5 is not out of reach. If they're not up by 7 by halftime against Georgia State, there's going to be a lot of unhappy Gamecock fans. I don't expect that to happen. I think I would hammer. It's probably the best bet of the day. South Carolina -7 in the first half. All right, let's get to the 2 big ones, and we're not going to get into LSU and Florida State till tomorrow. Actually, we can do it at the end. Utah versus Florida. Here are the numbers you need to know. Utah is 10-4 in 2021. They are only a 2.5-point favorite against Florida. Why is that weird? Well, because they're the number 7 ranked team in the country, and Florida is Florida. You saw what happened last year with them. That kind of went off the rails. Utah, like I said, 10-4. Those 4 losses all were away from home, and 3 of them was when they were favored away from home as well. Florida, on the other hand, here's the number you need to know: 6-9. You're welcome. They've lost 6 of their last 9 games overall. They've lost 7 of their last 8 against teams that are ranked. The only 3 wins they've had in their last 9 games, 2 of those came against Vandy and Samford. They also gave up 52 points to Samford in one of those games. So I really like the over here at 51, partially because of how bad Florida's defense was a year ago and how good their offense could be with Anthony Richardson. Also, Utah, let's not forget they won 9 of their last 10 games in the regular season last year, and they scored 35 points or more in 8 of their last 9. I mean, they're an incredible offense. I don't expect that to change just because of the humidity. So I'm going to take Utah money line, even though it is very concerning that the number 7 overall team in the country is only a 2-point favorite on the road. But I would go with that. Also, Florida's 4-14 against the spread in their last 18 games overall, but Billy Napier is 7-2 as an underdog. Last but not least, we have the defending national champion, Georgia Bulldogs, a sentence I never thought I would ever say, as they open up in Mercedes-Benz, just down the road from here, as a 17.5-point favorite over Oregon. People are hammering Oregon in this game. I don't know why. This is their second largest spread, I think, in the last 10 years as an underdog. All 4 or 5 of those previous games where they were between a 14 to 17.5-point underdog, they got beat and they didn't cover the spread. Just historically speaking, it doesn't bode well for Oregon. I don't really like this line by any means. I think that Lanning comes in and probably knows, I don't know, like a couple of ways, maybe Stetson Bennett early. I expect to be low scoring off the bat, kind of like that Arkansas game was a couple of years ago with Pittman after he left Georgia in 2020, not last year. That being said, Georgia is going to stomp Oregon. Oregon has nothing for them. Bo Nix, the starting quarterback, I'll just throw out, there's a number of stats we could throw out here, but here are the numbers you need to know about Oregon and Georgia, specifically with Bo Nix. Bo Nix's career numbers, okay, for his touchdown to interception ratio on the road versus at home. At home, he has thrown for 23 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Pretty good. On the road, 16 and 14. A little bit different. Bo Nix's career touchdown interception ratio versus ranked teams versus unranked teams. Against unranked teams, he's had 28 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Incredible. Against ranked teams, 11 and 11. So there you go. The best bet I would make here, probably going to be Oregon under their team total, 19.5. Oregon, I don't see what Bo Nix has ever done. You look at his numbers against Georgia the past 2 times he's played them. Not only did he not put up over 10 points or an off touchdown, it was the lowest first down total and the first or second lowest total yards output that his team had of the entire season against Georgia. So just because he's been in college for 14 years, I don't think that it's going to get any better that he is going to be playing Georgia today in a different, cooler uniform. So there you go. All right, guys, I've been trying to get this stupid thing figured out since like 9 this morning. So I'm going to close at this because we're going to use this recording for video as well. So let's see here. Here are your best bets to make in the SEC today. All right. South Carolina -7 in the first half against Georgia State. Ole Miss -13 in the first half and -7 in the first quarter. Kentucky -15 in the against Miami of Ohio full game. Utah money line and the over at 52. Utah State +42.5. Oregon team total under 19.5 total. I'm also going to bet on Arkansas and the under as well, but I wouldn't put it in the best bets. Those are your best bets for today. All right, guys, happy game day.